Hello, welcome to Mama Sue's Kitchen. Happy Valentine's Day. Today I wanted to just whip up something fast that it's perfect for Valentine's Day, but it's good anytime. And it's Red Velvet Brownies. Now I'm not going to make a cake, these are going to be brownies. I saw this recipe on Pinterest and I thought, you know, this would be perfect for Valentine's Day. So you just take one box of the Red Velvet cake mix. It's very simple to make. To that, you're going to add 1 egg. And you will then add 1/2 cup of butter melted, which is 1 stick. Okay. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. Now, you know when you make brownies, it tells you to mix them by hand. So, we're going to mix this by hand. And if needed, you have 2 tablespoons of water ready. So, I've got to mix to see if I'm going to need those 2 tablespoons of water. And the recipe says don't use a hand mixer. I am going to need the water, I can tell you that. So it's 2 tablespoons of water. Okay. Red velvet cakes are so good too. But this is something that is easy to do. Hold on 1 second. One of my lingering effects of the first chemo is my eyes water and my nose drips. So I have to go and wipe it. All right. You definitely needed that. You see how, you know, it's thick. Then you take 1 cup of the white chocolate chips. And you're just going to fold that in. I preheated my oven to 350 degrees. And it's already ready. But there's a little bit more butter in there. I had so many people ask me about the green shirt, Salt and Light sweatshirt that I wore the other day. And this is a blue long sleeve t-shirt with a different font of the Salt and Light. And y'all, you can order them on my website, MamaSue'sSouthernKitchen.com. And you go to where it says store and it gives you lots of options. Okay, you take an 8 by 8 baking dish, spray it. And then, let me get my spatula. Then all you're going to do is mash this down in it. And these are going to be brownie-like. This is very thick. That's why you can't use your hand mixer. It would probably be too much for the motor. Okay. Now, all we're going to do now is just mash that down. And I guess you hear Scout eating. He waits until I start cooking and comes in here because he wants you to hear him. He's our baby, though. I'm trying to get this even. And on the recipe in Pinterest, when you cut these after they cool, you'll see these white chocolate chips in there. They're pretty. Okay, make sure it's even along the edges. Okay. And all this had was the cake mix, 1 egg, a stick of butter melted, 2 tablespoons of water, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 cup of the white chocolate chips. Okay, now that's ready. My oven has preheated and it says to bake for 20 to 25 minutes. I'm going to set my timer for 20, and then when I take it out, if I had to cook it longer than the 20, I'll tell you. I'll be back. Okay, I let these bake 20 minutes, and I thought they needed to bake some more. So I left them 5 more minutes, so a total of 25 minutes. I've let them cool almost completely. They're still a little warm. But I don't know if you can see. They are firm around the edges, but they're fudgy inside. Now, if you didn't want them like that, you could bake them a little bit longer. But I kind of like my brownies chewy, and that's why I did not leave them in there that long. But anyway, these are going to be a special treat today on Valentine's, but you don't have to cook them just on Valentine's. It's just an easy dessert, and one I think you're going to like. Those little white chocolate chips that are still in there make it pretty. But y'all, just remember, the Bible says to love one another. And you know, not just on Valentine's Day, every day. Jesus' disciples asked him, said, what's the greatest commandment? And of course he said to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. But the second is like unto it, love your neighbors as yourself. I consider you my neighbors. It doesn't mean those who live next door. Just remember to be salt and light wherever you go. It's on my necklace, it's on my shirts, and it's just a reminder to let others see Jesus in you. Happy Valentine's Day. I'll be back soon.